All right there, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. Back at it again with the man, Mr. GC, George.
Yo, start.
So anyway, to start this one off, George is going to talk about somebody who he wants to shout out to. In his opinion, mate, great videos. I haven't watched their videos yet, but from what he's told me, they sound all right. So you have the floor.
Yeah, well, I watch them basically every day. At the moment, I've been binging their videos, and they've been doing some fantastic live streams. They're called the Whoidicks. They're run by Matthew and Liv. Uh, uh, and the Big Bad Bacon. So, so what they basically do, well, by the name, you probably guess with what I like to talk about on the podcast. but they basically do a lot of Doctor Who content. I know that I know you're on series 3 now, aren't you?
Yeah, I haven't really been watching much of the Doctor Who, to be honest with you, recently, because I've got Disney Plus and I've got through the Mandalorian, and I'm only keeping Disney Plus for a short time because it's just too childish for me personally. I prefer Netflix and Amazon Prime by miles, but Disney Plus is Disney are doing the best they can. They want to appeal to kids, and they've got quite a few 12 plus things, I guess, on there. They're doing their best,
Yeah.
But anyway, back to what you were saying.
Well, I was I'll probably get it for a month when all the Marvel stuff's out, like the Scarlet Witch thing and the Loki one.
Yeah, that might be
So
okay. I mean, I'll probably just wait for the reviews, but yeah, you do you, innit?
yeah, I'll get back to what I was saying. The reason they've been going back and watching some of the older ones, kind of like what you've been watching,
Oh, cool. Fair play.
and they've been doing some live streams on them.
Mhm.
Basically retro reviews and and some other ones that they've done well, a lot of them are the ones that have done a very good life. They've they've done quite a lot of series one, like Boomtown, Bad Wolf, Partner and the Ways, and so much more actually. The base they've just got to 50 retro reviews, and so the 50th one will be Hellbent, which a lot of Doctor Who fans will agree is one of the worst episodes of Doctor Who ever made.
Oh, okay.
But because it's a two-part, Heaven Sent was fantastic, and and everybody is watching that tonight because it's Peter Capaldi's birthday. He played the 12th Doctor.
Yeah.
And so it's been a big thing these past couple of weeks. Somebody's chosen an episode to watch, and then the whole world watches it at once. But that one started at 8 tonight for Heaven's Sense, and every single one has been trending on Twitter and number one. So
Okay.
they're very, very good channel.
So you finished what you want to say about them, or have you got anything else to add, or?
Have you got any questions about them?
Of their video, out of interest, of the videos advanced much? Like, did they start off did they start off with a potato cam and then buy better stuff as they moved up on the YouTube,
Well, when I started watching it was basically the road to the 50th.
Okay.
And back then the camera quality wasn't that good, but like these past couple of years, their content has been fantastic.
That's good then.
But it was really good in the past.
Well, we'll link them. I'll link them in the description anyway. So, let's get into this then. You ready, George?
Just about.
Okay, good then. So, to start this off, man, you've been followed. Congratulations.
I'm being followed by who?
No. Yeah. You've been followed by your work, so they want you to go back now. No, you've been furloughed, so fair play to you, bro. Hard earned and well deserved, to be honest. Because, as I said in the last one I did with you, it had to be one of the biggest piss takes in the world to be not getting paid much compared to your co-workers. Half the workforce being off, people on the bus being ill, and, you know, did you still have to go to college on the Friday? Or was that off?
That got cancelled quite a bit before that.
Did you have to go back in? Did you go to work on Friday, or did you just have Fridays off then?
Yes, I went in anyway.
Oh, okay. That's a bit annoying.
Yeah.
You think they'd just give you the Friday off, but it is what it is.
I don't mind going in quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it's just got to be a massive piss take. But you've been followed, so fair play to you, man. Have you been doing much with all this time off?
I've just been binging Doctor and anime quite a bit.
Okay, fair play to
which
you.
has been good. There's been two that I was telling you about before the podcast.
Yeah.
I know the one sounded quite weird. I don't think
just
we can
sounded.
name it.
It just sounded
on the
bizarre.
podcast.
It just sounded really bizarre. But yeah, I'll tell you what I've been doing with the time off though. Room's been painted, cleaned the room, got these set of drawers up, man. Been doing some cool stuff to my room and upgrading it a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Trying to get on eBay and sell some stuff on eBay, and I haven't sold anything yet, but I'm ready. I'm ready, steady Eddie, ready to go. And just been making podcasts really as well, just for a laugh. Just not much to do really. All the gyms are closed. Martial art gyms are closed.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that the other day with you, and that you can't go there now.
Yeah, no Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu grappling for me, and no bloody lifting for me anymore. You can go, you can still go on long walks for exercise. That's what I'm doing, and you can still, exercise in your own home. But yeah. So it is a bit boring, but you just have to get on with it. At the end of the day, I'm glad I got my my mum and dad and my sister. Some people are just on their own, aren't they? Sadly, some people.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Like, it's got to be awful. Being on your own might not be too bad if you can go out and enjoy yourself and do stuff and socialise with loads of people you're socialising at work and all that malarkey. But you've got to stay inside. So I suppose you can FaceTime and ring people, but it's got to be quite hard, really. I suppose you just have to really try and preoccupy yourself in it.
Yeah, definitely.
But on the other end of the spectrum, though, you got to think about people who have big families, and they're all inside one house. And even if it's a big house, if there's quite a few of you living there, you could be getting at each other's throats a bit and getting in arguments, and
oh yeah, definitely.
Might not be too good. So it works both ways, really. Yeah, so to be honest, with this, I think I said on the last one with you, George, a lot of people are having time off that previously they've never had. A lot of people who go into work, they don't usually have 3 or 4 weeks off in a row, or 5, especially 5 weeks off. Usually it's 20 days off. And I suppose some people do not go on holiday or anything and just have 20 days off, don't they? Like, they just use up all their days off at the end, I guess.
Well, we've not, I never had anything like this, in our lifetime.
Yeah, nothing this crazy. I'm not saying it's a good thing that people are having loads of time off and all that, but all I'm saying is try and look at the positives a bit, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing that is scary though, George. Imagine an elderly relative going into hospital right now. Like that must be terrifying for people because you can't visit them. Quite hard to
Yeah,
phone them, and they could easily pick
it's funny
something
because
up,
I had to
catch
go
some.
in the other day.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?
To the hospital.
Was it quite
And,
freaky with no one there?
well, it
Well,
was,
in
it,
the
it,
public.
it's quite quiet.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But then there was a lot of older people who didn't look that good
Oh,
in beds, being walked along.
that's such a shame, man. Because all I will say,
Yeah,
it's if you're a person who's in a hospital bed and you might not have much time left, at least as much as it's got to be horrible and a horrible situation, at least at previous points, people will be able to visit you and like hang around with you. But now no one can visit. Do you reckon they'll let people FaceTime at least? They've got to give them phone calls. They can't not give them phone calls. But...
Oh no, I'm guessing they can FaceTime. I'm guessing they can, but some of them look very ill, like.
It's just got to be sad that they can't, that their family can't visit them.
Yeah.
All I will say though is that I was about to say that, like with the nurses, I guess you could just hope that you've got nice nurses and doctors and all them around you, but they're going to be overworked and stressed, and they've got like loads of other people to look after.
Yeah, well, I saw a picture the other day of a nurse that had been working for 65 hours, I think.
Bloody hell, why did they need her in that long?
Over a week period, and her face was completely
bruised. Oh, I thought you meant 65 hours in one go.
Yeah, 65 hours in one go.
What? So it wasn't over the whole week?
It was during 1 week or...
Oh, 1 week. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant that they worked for 2 days straight. Nearly 3 days straight.
Hang on, I'll try and find it.
It doesn't matter. The point is, working 65 hours in 1 week is mad. That's what truck drivers do, except they don't have to deal with any sort of hassle like that.
I know.
That has got to be awful, man. Crazy stuff. Honestly, well, you know what? Always clap for the NHS people. A lot of respect to them. They're really... I mean, they earn their money anyway, but they're really earning it now.
I found it. Check the messenger.
Okay.
Thing.
But yeah, they're really earning their money now, Let's have a look. Oh, George!
It's not that one. I'm just seeing it pop up. It's not that one.
Oh, bloody hell. That is really bad. Obviously, you can't see the visuals, but the one side of her face looks really red, like her cheek looks red. It looks like there's a bit of a blood, like one of those weird scrapes on there, like that you see in films.
Yeah.
Her nose has got like a big red spot. And there's a small bruise at the bottom of her nose. Difficult stuff, man. Really, really difficult. Quite hard, to be honest. So yeah, as I say, big shout to them.
And on the picture above it looks like they're having a bit of a hard time too.
What, Kermit doing cocaine? Why would you put a laughing face on your own thing, man? Daft.
Funny.
Where did you even find that? I love how he's got the 30th anniversary badge on him. What the hell? It says 30. Oh, Sesame Street. I thought it was like some 30th anniversary. I don't know. Crazy. Anyway, so the first main topic I want to talk about is what I did at college and what George did at college and what our thoughts on the courses that we did and just things like that, really. So I'll start off with the first course I did, level 2 media, and alongside that I was retaking maths and English, which were 3-hour sessions. And as you know, George, the coaches took forever to get back. It wasn't it wasn't a 15-minute ride like most people were getting. It was a bloody...
About an hour and a half.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
an hour and a half, yeah, because they'd set off at quarter to 5 and usually get back at 6:15.
Yeah.
So, and remember once we didn't get to the bus stop till 7. That was mad. That was insane. And you had quite a long walk back as well, didn't you? So
yeah, well, my walk was quite long. Yours was a bit less, but
mine was just
but
a
it
10
was
minutes.
basically the same.
Mine was easy compared to yours, bro.
Yeah.
Don't be modest, seriously. That has got.
Well, sometimes we just missed it. If you look me.
That was irritating. Yeah, I remember once. No. What do you mean? Like, not getting to the bus stop on time.
When we'd finished, and the bus was just about to leave.
Oh yeah, they would go, wouldn't they? Sometimes, but you know.
Yeah, way too early.
To be honest, for our bus, there used to be like two. Well, not bus coaches. There used to be 2 coaches for the one that we took, but for some reason there was only one by the time me and George started going there. But yeah, what time did you get back then? 7:30 or 7:45 then on that day?
It must have been around 7:30.
Bloody hell, man. But yeah, those were just absolute piss takes. And to be honest, on the level 2 that I did, it was level 2 creative media. We barely learnt anything. I learnt more in school with Final Cut than I did at college, if I'm being brutally honest.
Yeah, what I did there was basically complete rubbish.
Yeah.
I prefer had a guy that used to bite everyone.
Yeah, you can talk about that in a sec. I'll just say about my level 2 quickly, right?
Oh, yeah.
We, I'm trying to think what practical stuff we did. Because we level 2 for some reason, we did loads of different things to do in media. So, like, we had a photography session. We had, yeah, I'm just laughing a bit because George just turned his camera on and pulled a weird face. Yeah, so, photography. There was a horror film trailer. I can't remember what else there was, to be honest. A lot of it was just written nonsense and a weird Final Cut workshop that didn't really help anyone, didn't teach me anything new. It was just really bizarre. The main highlight of the first level 2 was that I managed to pass maths and English, which I was really happy with. I didn't think I would pass it, but I did. I passed them both. So really glad about that, to be honest. And yeah, do you want to talk about your first year at college then, George? How weird it was and how bizarre and rubbish it was?
I mean, it was weird.
Go on then. You have the floor.
Well, you would think it was just normal class or something like that.
Please don't say anything too offensive about the classmates, because I know about some of them.
I won't mention any names.
Yeah, don't mention any names and don't be too harsh.
No.
But yeah.
No. Well, the one I was going to say was somebody we used to call Bitey, and well, it's kind of in the name.
Self-explanatory, yeah.
Something wasn't quite right. I'll just say it like that.
You've said it the best way, mate.
Anyone. But they used to go around biting people.
Unacceptable.
What a bit me on your arm once.
Yeah. What was your reaction when she bit you?
I was in pain because it wasn't just like a little nibble; it was a full-on chunk.
Oh, bloody hell! Were you like, what the? Like, really annoyed?
Off me.
Oh.
A big bruise on my arm.
Oh, that's bad. Did the person who bite people get in trouble for that, or did they just shove it under the rug?
Well, yeah, they did get in trouble, but they started crying and throwing things that they wouldn't normally do.
Throwing things at the window?
Not throwing things at the window, throwing things at the teacher.
Why didn't the teacher get security or call the parents?
Well, because she didn't have parents.
Oh.
I think they call them now the centres.
Oh, so is she like sort of is she like at a support home or something?
Yeah.
Oh. But she doesn't have any family or anything?
No.
Not even like any uncles or cousins or aunties or...
Well, I could get from people telling me she was basically by herself.
Oh man.
So I couldn't call anybody or really.
Couldn't they call the nursing? Well, not the nursing home, the support home.
Well, really, they couldn't do anything about it because it was the way she was.
It's quite sad, really. Do you think if she had family, she'd be better, or is she just like
I
sort of?
don't know. I think it was just the way she
So she'd be a bit. She'd have a few like screws loose anyway.
Yeah.
Quite a shame, really, but you just have to try your best with it. You didn't, at least you didn't like assault her or anything because you understand that this person has problems and.
She was punching her. She's pointing at her. I would just turn around with a right hooker.
That'd be a bit harsh, but. Yeah, so any other things about your course then? I remember you said you put a Kermit the Frog, pleasuring himself in a PowerPoint.
Wait, what? Wait, I'm gone. I'm just not being without.
No, you said you were telling. You put a picture of Kermit the Frog having a fun time on. No, you put a video of him. It was Kermit the Frog looking round. Then he started jerking off.
No, it wasn't that.
You said it was.
No, chicken sandwich.
Oh, so he started having sex with a chicken sandwich then?
I'm gonna. Do you know the guy, the person I said to you?
What guy? What are you on about?
The one just before the video with.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. Just watch it. This is what I put on. I've just put it in chat. Just watch it, and then that's what I put on.
I'm not gonna play the audio, obviously.
No, don't play the audio.
I'm turning it down so you can't be heard, George. All right. Oh, it's 19 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. What did he?
Just keep watching.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. George, what did the teacher think of this phenomenal clip? Sorry. What did the teacher?
I'll get my
What did the teacher think of this clip then? They wasn't impressed. It's sort of muffled, mate. The audio.
No, sorry. Okay, another one. I think it was a bit too much.
No, it's better. The audio's better. So they weren't impressed. What did they say about it? Because everyone else burst into laughter, but the teacher had a straight face.
Yeah, well, they weren't expecting it.
What did the teacher say afterwards, though?
I can't remember. I don't think they said anything.
I swear you told me they talked to you afterwards about it.
They might have done it. It's just been such a long time.
Okay, fair enough. I'll talk about my second year of college then.
Okay.
To put it in a nutshell, there was a lot more practical stuff which I enjoyed. As I passed maths and English, the schedule was so much lighter. It still took a long time to get there and back. I will mention very quickly that in the first year of college, the coaches took ages and ages and ages to get to the bus stops in the morning. They took absolutely forever. You'd be in the blistering cold, absolutely freezing. Thankfully, the bus stop we waited at had a shelter, but you'd be waiting so long for them, it was unreal. It was stupid.
Yeah, I mean, we both went to the same one, didn't we?
Yeah, and I know what you're thinking, people listening to this. Why didn't you take the bus instead? Do you realise how much, a college student is earning? Like, I had to go out and work part-time. The college didn't give me any money. I went out, worked part-time.
I think it was like £70 a week or 2 weeks, wasn't it?
Well, it depends. If you buy a bus pass, I think it's £45 a month. But still,
Yeah, I think I was getting paid like £70 a week.
Okay.
And so a bit of that I had to go to like buses and things like that.
Oh yeah, you did take the bus sometimes, didn't you? But yeah, the
Mm.
point is that you'd be
It's very
waiting
better.
for the bus for ages anyway. The bus, if I took the bus back to the place I live, you'd be waiting for the bus for ages, and so would you. To be fair, it'd take quite
Yeah, you would.
because you'd have to go
Well,
to
yeah,
the big
well,
local
yeah.
shopping centre,
I
and then
came
you'd have to.
about 7 o'clock in the morning, didn't we?
No, it wasn't that early, George. It was I'd get to the bus stop
Oh,
for 22:08,
oh yeah, you're all right there.
not 7 in the morning. Have you gone mad? But
Well, I just thought, I was just trying to think of whether how long it takes.
yeah, I get you. But anyway, yeah, that was just an absolute piss take. It took forever and ever and ever. We'd always be late to lessons. Well, I would anyway, because the coach would take forever and ever and ever to get there. And yeah, but the second year the coach schedule was a lot lighter. You left the college I went to, didn't you, George? Well,
Yes, so I did, didn't
the
I?
second year. But I'll just quickly talk about level 3 first year. A lot more practical stuff, and yeah, just loads of practical stuff. It was quite an easy year. Some bits were a bit annoying, like I did try and help a lot of people with their films. I did my best to. Some people sort of like messed around. Some people worked really hard. You know, a lot of people left for some reason, which was a bit weird to be honest. After they'd, I mean, for a college course, you really should stick it out to get these qualifications. But you know, there was actually a few exams which was a bit annoying. It wasn't all just coursework based, and a lot of people got loads of extra time to hand their stuff in. People who wouldn't show up, which was some people had genuine reasons. Some people just either didn't show up or couldn't be asked to get the work done on time. It is what it is. It's just annoying for people that work hard, you know. But things
Yeah,
happen.
definitely.
It is what it is. It's the teacher's fault, really. The problem is if you kick them off a course, apparently they owe you like £1,000. So, but still, you shouldn't really be letting people do nothing for ages and ages, should you?
Wait. If the teacher kicks you out of the
If you fail the
thing,
course or you leave the course, you have to
yeah,
pay £1,000, and obviously the
Jesus.
college can't make that. Well, they technically can easily make that £1,000 back with the budget that they're on, I guess. But you know,
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I have to pay to like, leave.
you do have to pay if you leave. But the problem is, a lot of people won't pay it, or they'll come up with some excuse or something, or they'll just refuse, straight out refuse,
Yeah.
which is a bit bad, really. You shouldn't. But I don't know how it works. If you get kicked off the course, I'm assuming that maybe they don't have to pay it back. But it shouldn't be like that. If someone doesn't hand their work in, fail. Come on. You know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous for people that put the work in.
Yeah.
I respect your lampshade, mate.
I didn't know. I didn't mean put that on there.
But yeah, so the second year was okay. Do you want to talk about your second year in a college education? You went to a different college, didn't you? It wasn't a coach.
Went to a different college.
What did you do then?
I had to just take 2 normal buses there.
No, I mean the course.
It was basically just mechanics.
Oh, okay. Did you enjoy it? Was there many valuable skills you were taught, or?
Yes, there was quite a few things on your already, basically. But some were good to learn and know. But yeah, in the end, they were just okay. Didn't work with.
Because you're quite a car expert already, so it's like.
Yeah, but it's just like things that I knew.
Yeah. Okay, I'll talk about my final year then, I guess.
Okay.
The work rate was amped up a lot. The exams, I think we had to do 1, 2. I can't remember if there was 2 or 3. I think there was still only 2 exams, but they were ramped up. They weren't really explained well, which was quite annoying. There was still a lot more practical stuff. There was some group work, which was okay in some aspects, but a bit of a shambles in other aspects. There was people who weren't showing up, people who got loads of time to hand their work in. It was quite annoying because there was this one thing, right, George, where we ended up doing the same schedule as people who had to retake their things in the after. Like some people had already had 2 chances to retake it, but some people had already only had 1 chance at college. But
so what did you have to do then?
basically, what happened was, there was this thing called directed study, where a load of us would have to go in on Wednesday morning, who already passed their maths and English and all that, and people who had their maths to do or their English to do, they didn't have to go in because it was too much of a harsh schedule. And I'm thinking, hold on, when I was on level 2, I didn't get me and the other people on that course, we didn't get any of these. Oh, it's a bit of a hard schedule. No one even cared. I'll tell you one funny story. I don't mean to rage and be a tit, but I'll tell you a funny story, George. I was absolutely exhausted in this one lesson, and I was sleeping in one of the lessons, and the teacher was like, are you okay? And then I was like, yeah, I'm just really tired. And then she just said, oh, well, I can't remember now. It was something like, I'll be marking work at 6 o'clock tonight. And I'm like, I don't care. You asked how I was. I told you, idiot. And I'm thinking, yeah, I won't be back until 6:15, mate. So what are you talking about? Stupid.
Yeah, what's marking really to people? It's just literally writing a tick on piece of the paper.
Well, all it really is people read through your work. The person reads through your work and then they tick things. And to be honest, it isn't easy. You do have to read some of the photography because the person was a photography teacher. She probably have to read like 7,000 words, I'm guessing. But I'm not being funny. But you can just bullshit. You can just bullshit it if you want, really, potentially. You have to justify why you're giving them that mark or why you're saying this is bad or this is good. But you can sort of bullshit it. Like, you can't tell me that the teachers are focusing 1,000,000%, even though it only goes up to 100%, but whatever. I don't know why I corrected myself there, but you can't tell me they're putting all their concentration into absolutely everything in a 6,000-word essay. And maybe, okay, at a push, maybe they can concentrate for a 3,000-word essay. But they
probably skim through it.
Yeah, but they have like loads and loads of 7,000-word essays to mark.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they're getting paid. At the time when I was getting tired, I didn't have a part-time job. I was really struggling for a part-time job because I kept applying for stuff, and I just thought, I'm never going to get a part-time job, am I? Eventually, I did get one, obviously, but I was just sort of nervous at the time. I thought, what's going on? I've got no money coming in, blah, blah, blah. I was like sort of worried. But, and for them, it's easy for people to judge when you're getting paid, and all I did was sleep for a few seconds. There was other people like who were talking really loud and not getting their work done. Ridiculous, absolutely saft.
Yeah.
I don't mean to plead poverty, but I'm not pleading poverty. I don't mean to sort of play the victim. But all I did was put my head down a few times because I was extremely tired. I'm sorry, I was tired. I should have been more disciplined and gone to bed earlier, I guess. But it's whatever, really. It's all in the past. I just thought I'd bring it up because sometimes it's just annoying when teachers let other people, fly by, and then other people who are putting the work in and getting the work done.
Yeah, but if I was the teacher, I would have said to go out home and sleep. If you phone a sleeping class, I'll mark you as you being in all day.
Well, that is absolutely admirable, mate. But a lot of teachers aren't like that.
No.
A lot of teachers are just, I don't know. I respect them. Listen, you have to deal with a lot of crap, but some teachers are just
really. I don't think I have to really cope with a lot.
But you got to think, how would you feel if a bunch of arseholes in your class were, okay, not sleeping? I think college teaching is a lot easier than secondary school teaching. University teaching, I know you have to know loads to teach people a degree, but that has got to be a flyby, man. You just get a load of mature adults coming in, maybe some of them acting like idiots and whatever. Or, you say your stuff, you talk to a load of people in the theatre, then you go home and just chill out.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah. But yeah, that final year was all right. I just wanted to get into work. By the way, when that person was saying, "Oh, why are you sleeping?" that was in my first year level 2. But I was, it's whatever really. I know it's a weird thing to bring up, but it's whatever really.
Or was it like a long day or something for you?
Bro, it was a bloody. I had to do 3 days a week where I was out the house from 7:45 all the way up till 6:15 at night usually, and then.
Oh yeah, you worked in the bar, didn't you?
No. That no. That was in the second year of college. But the reason why I only did the bar for a few shifts, but they kept wanting me until 1 in the morning, and I'm thinking I'm not doing that, mate. I'm sorry. I already said about my college schedule, so I'll just quit it. I had a different part-time job anyway, so it was all right.
Yeah, I'm really dead, baby.
I mean, so yeah. The final year, as I say, it's all right. Decent qualifications. I got some merit, so I, could have gone to uni if I wanted to, and I could have done a level 4 if I wanted to, but I just wanted to get into work, and there you go. Anything you want to say about your year then? Did you do another year of education? You only did 2 years, then you went into work, didn't you?
Yeah. Mine wasn't that exciting.
It was a bit of a waste, really, wasn't it?
It was what? Sorry.
I said it was a bit of a waste for you, really, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I personally think you learn so much more in when you're actually doing stuff, when you're actually being practical.
Yes, you do.
Oh, thank God you've stopped playing the Kermit thing. I was thinking you were going to keep playing that for another 20 times. I was thinking, what is he doing, man? You played that like 10 times?
No, I didn't.
What a loon, man. Fair enough, though.
If you don't know what we're talking about, I will put it in the in the comments section when the video's up.
Yeah, do whatever. But,
I don't think you want to put it in the description, will you?
No, I'm not putting that trash in the description.
No, well, you'll see it from my channel.
Yeah, whatever. Go for it.
So yeah.
But that's enough of that then. Now let's move on to biggest surgical. George, just stop. Why is there loads of Kermit stuff at the background of that, man? What's going on?
What was that?
There was, I suppose it would just be related videos, but there was like a million Kermit videos at the end of that video, man.
I don't want. No.
I'm not looking at the chat, by the way. I'm not looking at the video chat if it's on. I'm looking some stuff up. Alright then, so we're going to talk about surgeries that have gone wrong or can go wrong or whatever. So, big shout to Shane Dawson. I watched one of his videos as research for this. So, now we're going to get serious now. The most sad and really upsetting one, really got on my nerves, to be honest, was when this little kid was having an MRI and this foolish nurse came in with an oxygen tank and it went flying into the MRI machine and killed him.
Oh yeah, well, she walked in and while she was out, what the hell are they doing?
I mean, that's just stupid. Surely you'd know. Like, come on.
Well, when it was funny, it's not a funny thing. Well, I watched that today. I went for one.
Were you a bit scared going into the MRI then?
Well, yeah, you would, because it's basically a massive magnet.
Because you no, but you said right that you were that the doctor was talking about MRI deaths. I struggle to believe that. Why would they be saying that as soon as someone's about to walk in?
And the doctor wasn't talking about it. It was the YouTube video.
Yeah. I'll tell you something quickly though, George. When I had an MRI for my knuckle, right, no one told me what I was getting into. Now, I was a fool to not research it. But I thought, oh, this will be fine. Then I see this big tube and I'm like, wait, what? And then they're like, yeah, you just said what you do, you get in the tube. And I'm thinking, I've got to
and you can't move at all.
Yeah, I've got to sit here for 45 minutes. What a joke. They just don't care. Then I got out. And I know you shouldn't expect a well done or anything, but they were just like, okay, you can leave now. I've bloody been through I didn't even know what I was getting into. Honestly.
Yeah, well, really, it's a giant magnet, and if you've got, let's just say you've got a plate in your shoulder for when you're broken it, you're thinking, will that piece of metal get ripped out on my shoulder? Will my braces be ripped out on my mouth?
That is quite scary, isn't it? That is a point Shane Dawson brought up. That is absolutely terrifying. Yeah. A piece of you. Imagine if you have metal in your head, you're basically dead.
Yeah.
Like if it's in your leg.
I found so weird as well how they didn't do it. I didn't notice. What's that 5-foot pole left in somebody?
Oh yeah, no, it was 13 inches. Yeah.
Well, still, you
or 14 or 12. I can't remember.
Metal pole, would you?
How can the surgery be that stupid though, man? Like seriously, you didn't. Your job is to focus and concentrate. How can you not realise that you left a bloody metal pole inside someone?
Yeah.
All I will say quickly,
and surgical fires.
George, all I will say, this sort of stuff would never happen with the NHS, would it, man? Because it's government regulated.
Really,
They care so much about their work. Because it's government regulated. If something really bad happened, then the government could get involved easily. But in America, it's all as it's private, there's probably really low end hospitals that you still have to pay for, and there's really high end hospitals that you have to pay for. So if it's treated like a business failures, the company's gone bust, loads of jobs are lost. It sucks, but no lives are lost. If you're treating hospitals like a business, that's terrifying. That's like, oh yeah, this is a business. If a patient dies, then does it really matter? No. Okay, I know it's not exactly like that, but do you know what I mean? Sort of.
Yes, definitely.
Like it feels like surely if this sort of stuff is happening, it's totally treated like a business, and it's just corporate nonsense where they're not really that bothered about the patients. I'm sure the regular workers are, but I mean, like the top people aren't making the right things happen. They're not making the right regulations, you know.
Definitely.
In the American healthcare system.
It's still quite scary because it could happen in the NHS anyway.
I don't think it would though, because every MRI, you don't hear about this happening in England.
Have a look.
You don't hear about.
I'll try and see if there's anything.
A lot of these are American, or like other places with private healthcare. In 2017, I'm looking at another one. Oh yeah, surgical glove was inside someone. One thing happened in France. It says, I think, was this France? I'm just reading a random story. Oh, it doesn't say where it is. It says in Marseille Hospital. I'm probably reading that wrong. It's Marseille Hospital. Is that England? If that is England, I'm kind of worried.
I'm just sort of looking at this woman's one.
What happened?
I can't. Okay. I can't figure out that one. I'm just looking for if there's any like ones. I know there was a private one in the NHS where her organs just failed.
But that's sort of not really the hospital's fault. That's just the person's organ failing.
There's one from a plastic surgery.
Oh yeah, no. I just want to say quickly, the one where they're not put to sleep properly is terrifying. George, that has got to be.
I forgot about that.
That freaked me out, man. I thought, so if you're not put to sleep properly, you'll be awake while they're sawing your head open.
Yeah, and you can't even talk or say anything.
You're just screaming inside your head. That is by far one of the most scary, terrifying things in the world.
Yeah, what I'm showing you now, that's basically gone wrong, and the lift was about to fall off.
So this was a lip.
Okay.
This was a lip job.
Yeah.
Was it essential? Was there something? Was there a virus in the lip that they had to get rid of, or was this just for style?
I don't know.
If it's for style, listen, George. If it's for style, then you can't really have too much of a go. People have these things done to them. It's their choice.
Yeah, well, but look at that.
Well, she looks
was,
quite normal on that one. Well, not normal. Sorry, she looks quite. Like her lip looks fine.
That.
No, not on that one. When she's talking now, in present day.
Yeah, well, well, that's because they fixed it.
Oh, that's good
But
then, isn't it?
I'm saying, is that could have gone very wrong? Look at that.
But if she's just had it done for like to have massive lips, then I don't see the point. That's just daft. But
well, really, it's all these like celebrities like Kim Kardashian and people like that.
daft, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is that?
Sorry,
Anyway,
that was on the other page.
that is questionable. What oh, what wasn't there some woman who like had a bum made really thick, and then something happened to her on the Shane Dawson video?
There's the.
Didn't it kill her or something?
Yeah, she like injections. Did she? And it got into a bloodstream.
And then what happened?
Died.
No. But yeah.
That was a bodybuilder.
Oh yeah, that was weird. Didn't they have to rip his pecs off?
Well, I know it wanted pecs. Like his pecs got built all up again, but it went to a botched surgeon. So the guy who was doing the surgery recorded it, put in breast implants into him.
Yeah.
And he's doing it with spatulas.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah. Oh. Awful, man. Absolutely.
I try to find a picture of him.
Awful. Absolutely awful. All I will say though, as I said, that one where people are getting cut open is just horrific.
Oh, it really was.
And they can't. At least they can stick things inside their head to make sure their brain's fully asleep, I think. Oh no, a scan, sorry. They can do a scan to see if the brain's fully asleep.
I'm just trying to find him.
Can I just say about that bloke with the pecs though? Because I remember on the video they said didn't he have a tumour in his chest and they managed to get it out, but he wanted his pecs to look as good as before.
Yeah, well, it had a tumour. And because he wanted to look perfect again, he did it.
I think that's a bit of a daft move, really. There's no one else to blame. Why would you want some operation like that done to you?
I think he just wanted to look great again.
But he can look great anyway if he puts the work in. I know he can't. His chest might not look as good as before, but come on, man. Seriously,
yeah.
Though. And the same with that person with the lip operation. It was probably just a lip thing to make a lip bigger, unless she needed the operation.
Anyway, you can see the side view of that. And how they're put in.
And also that person who made their arse really big. It's like you might want your arse to be really big, but come on, you're just doing yourself a mischief.
Only in the 20s, I think.
That's so sad, man.
I think.
That's just such a waste. Such a waste, honestly.
Oh, it really is, yeah.
But yeah, you know. What were you saying then?
About the guy?
Yeah.
What it's basically destroyed his life with him, like using like spatulas and things like that.
See, this is what I meant though earlier, man. With again, I don't really like having to go at people's healthcare. I know the private healthcare, well, basically the American healthcare is really good, but I'm pretty sure, man, that there's just some low end ones that people go to and they're not run well at all. I don't blame them.
Probably.
I sort of don't blame them for going to the low end ones, but
Well, the doctors just skipped town.
annoying, man.
Luckily, I'd done it before, but they did catch me in the end.
That's good. I hate that sort of scumbaggery when you basically fuck up something, you know, and then you're like, oh, I gotta leave, I gotta run away, you know. Why can't you face up to the crimes you've committed?
Yeah.
Even if it's an accident, you should face up to it, you know. You shouldn't be backing out. But yeah, again, with that being said, that there are some bad places in America, bad hospitals. There are also some amazing hospitals that can do some insane, amazing surgeries. It just depends what people go for, I'm assuming. Because the only reason I'm making this assumption is if this is happening in the best hospitals, where the hell are people's money going, man? Where's all this money going to? If you have to pay for healthcare and it isn't for free, where is your money? Where's your money going to? That's why I'm assuming it must have been some crap hospitals where this happened at. It can't be in the high end hospitals. I know mistakes happen, but some of these are like serious fuck ups. Sorry for the swearing. Then I'm trying to cut down on the swearing, but some of these are serious.
I just can't believe it can happen with things like that.
Listen, at the end of the day, mistake.
Like the little kid.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was absolutely horrific. But mistakes are mistakes. They're awful, really.
Yeah.
That one was quite an annoying mistake because if the MRI's on, surely there'd be something outside saying the MRI's on. Don't come in.
Yeah, probably. Or maybe that like little light that says it was on was broken or something.
Well, you should be prepared to know when it's happening. If you're a nurse, they should train you. Okay, this means that it's happening right now. MRIs, they because I'm assuming this nurse worked in the MRI department if she's bringing an oxygen tank
I'm
in.
guessing so.
So if you work in the MRI department, surely they'd train you on these things and they'd brief you on all these things. That MRIs attract metal, are magnetic.
Yeah.
But surely though, you know, if you've got like a metal rod in your leg, surely they wouldn't let you do it. Like they just say, "Have you got any metal implants yet?"
I've just found a video of this guy. Do you know the one I was telling you about with the implants?
I'm not really that interested in seeing some. Oh.
I'm gonna.
I have just seen it, George.
No, that's not it.
Who is that then? Why have you just put that in then?
No, that's the guy that's on a later date.
Oh, okay.
This is the actual surgery.
Oh no! Is this Shane Dawson's video? Don't turn the volume up.
Yeah.
Turn it down. I know it's not on.
It's
is it down? Good. All right then. George. Oh, jeez.
They use spatulas. Hang on.
Yeah. I have seen this before. I did sort of I hope I zoned out for the spatula bit because I can't really remember it fully, even though I watched it a few days ago. It doesn't matter anyway, I'm not bothered. Oh no. Okay, yeah. Awful. Absolutely awful.
It's spatula from a kitchen.
You'd think someone who's been to medical school would know what they're doing a bit better, you know.
I don't think the guy did.
So they're just hiring. Can you believe that though? Private healthcare, you're meant to be paying for high end stuff here, and the person doesn't even have training.
It's private.
But if it's in America, it's going to be private, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just scary to think that can happen.
Surely they don't let doctors in England do this, like doctors who are no good come in and who have no training. Surely you have to present your qualifications.
Well, you never know, really.
This must have been years ago in America when the doctors had no qualifications or something. Surely there need to be background checks because any job they like, what qualifications do you have? You know, any job.
Well, it's like I don't know if you heard about it. I won't name the company, but probably put it in the chat, but like you can hire somebody to like talk you out about depression and things like that.
Isn't that just a therapist?
Well, yeah, that but they were not trained therapists. They were just people that signed up.
How does this have anything to do
No
with the
training.
medical things gone wrong?
It says on the page that
Hold on, I really need a
people
piss, man.
don't-
Sorry.
What?
Just tell people about this, then I'll be back.
Well, basically, this company was offering online counselling. Where they didn't have licensed therapists. So if you were depressed and you had one, they didn't know what to say, basically. But the company couldn't really get in trouble because they put on their page that our therapists are not trained and we do not look into their backstory. So if you were depressed and you went on this site, I think it's quite a bit of money as well. I think you pay like £20 for that one session, then it all automatically makes you pay an extra 200. And like, I'm looking on the website. There's like different ones. There's depression, stress, anxiety, self-esteem, anger, relationships, grief, and more. But like finding them like £200 after spending like £20, and then you could go into more depression. I know somebody died from getting too depressed from this.
So the sessions didn't help then, really? They were just people trying to take advantage?
Well, yeah, the company put on their page that they did no background checks or anything, so they couldn't really get into trouble because they put it down.
Oh.
But I'll just put the name into the chat. I'm just thinking if I said it, just looking on their website. If I have, I'll put it in the chat. Just bleep it out or something like that. Like, the company's very shady.
I don't know if you've said it or not. Did you accidentally say it?
I might have said it.
I'll be able to go through it.
Just watch it back. I'll put the name in the chat.
Yeah,
if I say it, I might not have. I might just be thinking it.
Yeah, sound.
But if I have, just bleep the name because we don't want to get into trouble with this business.
Yeah. Anyway, so there was one last thing, obviously, or maybe a few more. There was obviously the people getting set on fire, wasn't there, in the hospitals?
Oh yeah, the surgical fires.
Which is absolutely terrifying.
It really is. Well, with like the alcohol that they use on you and things like that.
Yeah.
I know your fat burns. It's not nice. You probably saw the woman on there where she was awake during surgery with this, well, with the anesthesia awareness, where you're awake the entire time. And she could like smell her flesh burning, and her face was burnt off. Basically.
Yeah, what a shame. Pretty sad.
Yeah, did you see the picture of her?
Yeah, I did on the video. Yeah. Are there any other ones you can think of, or?
I'm just trying to think. I was gonna say about this company, but
No, I'd leave it now. I'd leave it talking about them.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, if you on this site, don't trust it. It's
But if
it tells you to pay £20. It takes 200 off you and things like that.
well,
It's not good.
all I will say is if they aren't a licensed therapist, don't trust them. Simple as there. You know. Anyway, I think we can wrap up nicely there. I just want to say quickly, big shout to the NHS workers and any medical people across the world. You know, fair play to you.
And a big shout out to the Heretics as well.
Yeah, shout out to the Heretics who are cool. I think, according to George.
Yeah, cool.
We'll link them in the description then. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. See ya.
Yeah, see you later.